Is Nick830 a scammer, or is this drama blown out of proportion? Today we are going to be reacting to these two videos. Nick830 is a liar, and Nick830 scammed me by a creator named Arcch. So we're going to be reacting to these two videos today because honestly guys, there are a ton of clips to take a look at. So I wanted to actually just straight up do a reaction video if you're wondering why there's no Fortnite gameplay in the background. And by the way, while I have you, I really appreciate all of you who have been tagging me in this, by the way, because I wasn't familiar with Arcch until you guys just blew out my DMs and tags. And now we have something to talk about today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's start off with this first initial video. Nick830 scammed me, guys. It is important to note that I already watched both of these videos. I had nothing better to do at work, so you're not getting authentic reaction to this, but I have watched it, I have my thoughts, and we're going to take a look at it together, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it.
I don't like Nick830. This isn't because of his content or anything like that. I actually did like him quite a bit before this happened. You're probably wondering what happened. Well, I found out he exploits his viewers for money.
Now, here's... I mean, like... We're going to get into it and whether or not Nick830 actually does this, or if it was a little bit of a misunderstanding, perhaps a little bit of both, but... The video is structured pretty well to make Nick830 look like a certain way, you know?
How do I know this? Because it happened to me. On the 27th of December 2024, I donated $4 to Nick830. His chat was on members only mode and there wasn't many people donating other than people becoming members, so I thought this was a good opportunity to donate as he would be able to read it as it was a chill stream. I donated asking for him to give me a Fortnite challenge for a video I'm making, as Nick has said he likes to help out small creators, and for $4 it would only take him about 10 seconds to...
Now, I do have to pause because I can't use the video for that long, but it's what I did. When I said that I watch this at work, I was listening to it. It's nice that I actually saw him typing out a donation, saw like there wasn't too much activity going on in the stream, but I hope that he puts in there like the actual super chat that he sent.
Answer. He proceeded to answer saying, if I tell him what challenge I want him to give me, he will say it.
Arcch at the 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
what am I saying? What am I saying? I'm like, wait, this dude needs proof, but I've already listened to this. Nick830 acknowledged the donation.
Brother, thank you, bro. If you have an idea, I would more than likely be happy to say it. I don't have any ideas off the top of my head. If I had ideas, I'd be recording it, you know?
So, honestly, there's nothing wrong with what Nick830 said there, but of course, the story doesn't end there. It continues on, and it ends up with Nick830 going a little nuts.
So if you have a challenge, you let me know. I will gladly say it so you can use it for your video, if that's what you'd like.
This is just weird because, like, he could just say any challenge. He could just say, I'll do a shotgun only challenge or you know, whatever.
Now, while he's right in saying that, like, it's important to note, too, like, this is the point where, and don't get me wrong, there are things that I don't think Nick830 handled very well, okay? We're going to get into that, but he's obviously making this video to get one up on Nick830. He's upset with Nick830. There's nothing wrong with what Nick830 did there. Yeah, would it be easier for him to just say, yeah, like, do a gold weapon only challenge? Like, how hard is that really to say, Nick? But there's no problem with Nick's response there. Not one bit at all.
It doesn't need to be something brand new. I don't think you could think of anything brand new. I found this a bit weird as his chat was on members only, so if I wanted to message, I would have had to pay $5 or donate money telling him what challenge.
Hey everyone, it is Nick830 here.
But I thought, fine, why not? I proceeded to donate $2 more, specifying that
it says, I don't know what challenge, even if it's been done before, something like one chest only or shotgun only. So he's asking Nick830 to say that.
I don't mind what challenge, even if it's been done before. I also would like to specify I did actually give him 2 challenges. I said, could you maybe give me the one chest only challenge or the shotgun only challenge? He then proceeded to just flat out ignore my donation. He didn't say anything about it. He didn't even read it. And I know...
Now, here's the thing, okay? Because Nick830 does end up just not reading what he said. Typically, when people complain about this, because as a streamer, like, this happens every once in a while, and I can't imagine a streamer of the magnitude of Nick830 probably happens to him all the time. Hey, you missed my donation. Unless it literally says on his stream somewhere where it's like, if you donate, I will read your chat out loud. Nick830 does not have to read your donation. Would it be nice? And should he? Yes, but he does not have to, and it's not wrong to not do that. The problem is that Nick830 said, if you have a challenge that you'd like me to say, I will do it. Because Nick said that, he is now obligated to do it. It's the proper thing to do. He donated again, and Nick830 would be in the wrong in that case.
As a big streamer, it is hard to keep up with every donation, but he was reading chat, and he wasn't getting that many donations because it was more of a quiet stream. So I donated another $2, saying simply, I think he might have missed my dono, and I specified which 2 challenges I would like him to give me, as in his own words, this was okay. Now,
yeah, and it's true. Like, that's exactly what he said. There's no problem with Arcch being upset about this.
Actually read this donation, but he went on to say that he did read my last donation and I must have missed it and I need to keep my eyes peeled on the stream, but he's just flat out lying.
You saw the second, you never gave a challenge. I did, bro. I did.
Now that the audio is, that's not on my end. It's just low for the video. So he's saying like, I did read your donation, which, or excuse me, he's saying that he did respond to the donation, and that's unfortunately not true. Now the problem is, I'm not the person who went through this stream. I'm not the person who made this video, but I would imagine that Arcch is telling the truth over here because this video got so many views. I would imagine at some point somebody also watched the stream to see if this guy was lying, but I'm taking him at his word. That's what I'm going to say here.
I answered it in full.
I answered it in full, Nick830
said
said.
that already 3 times. So if you can't
3 times.
pay attention to the stream, like that's on you, bro.
This is the problem. Like, what is he talking about? Like, I get that it's a little bit difficult, and I sympathize with streamers a lot because when you grow to be the status of Nick830 with people in and out donations all the time, it's okay for you to forget and just say like, oh, I thought I responded to that, or do something along those lines. That's fine, but the problem is you literally told this guy that you would say a challenge for him. That's where he's incorrect.
I literally responded to your message.
He must have just ignored it or just not read it and then just flat out lied to me. But I went through the whole stream twice and he didn't read it or even look at it. So I don't even know what happened there. He then said this.
Arcch, listen, if you have a challenge that you would like me to give you, you give it to me. I don't have any challenge ideas, bro. You're the content creator. You come up with the idea. I'll say it if that's what you want, if you want to include me in the video.
Yeah, and like he's saying it again, and he already donated for that.
Please stop spamming, okay? It's not my response.
Sorry, please stop spamming. Please stop spamming and giving me money.
Ability to come up with video ideas for you, bro. Listen, like, if I had the idea, I'd be doing it myself. I said that already 3 times. So
3 times.
If you can't pay attention to the stream, like that's on you, bro. I literally responded to your message.
And it's this right here where I was a little bit skeptical. Like, okay, did he just leave that out and wanted to make a video about Nick830? But I would imagine because of the magnitude of this video blew up, I'm taking him for his word that Nick830 actually just flat out didn't read it. Like, because it's that bad on Nick830's end. Where if he, I don't understand, like, he must have just forgot. He must have.
Now, this just came off as a little rude, and I had sent him like $8 or something at this point. I'd be over the moon if someone was spamming me with money. Then I donated another $2 saying that in the last donation, I did say what challenge I wanted him to give me, and he simply replied, Arcch, thank you.
Holy crap, bro. Arcch, thank you.
Oof. Yeah, Nick830's done with it. To be honest with you, I don't understand why Arcch wouldn't just donate and ask for the challenge again. Like, what's the big deal? If the goal is to get one from Nick830, why not just donate again? But I understand, like, I would understand, but sorry, I just laughed at myself because Nick's wood looks like fries here, but you gotta understand what I'm saying over here. And I would understand why Arcch wouldn't say, like, I don't want to donate again and have to ask him again, but you're already donating just to tell him that you did ask. Like, that's where I'm a little bit confused, to be honest.
No, the look on his face, I don't know what it is, but he just looks annoyed, man.
Yeah,
I really
he definitely is annoyed.
don't understand what's hurt this man's feelings. It's kind of weird how he said if I told him what challenge I wanted, he would say it, leading to me donating more and more money.
There you
I
go.
also want to mention all of these donations are very, very polite. As far as Nick knows, I'm a big fan and have a lot of respect for him, but he clearly didn't for me. This is because as soon as I sent the next donation, I realized he had banned me from donating, which is really strange, man.
Well, I mean, like, that wouldn't typically happen for anybody really, but Nick's reached a point where I don't want to say he's out of touch with society, but your $2 means nothing to him. I'm not saying it's okay, by the way. I'm just saying, like, that's the reality of the situation of the world.
This guy does have a history of banning his fans who pay money to be in his customs because they don't go along with his Fortnite roleplay. So I don't know why I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's saying that as a dig, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Nick830 banning people, ruining the experience that he's trying to create, because in reality, like, whether or not you agree with the roleplays or think that the roleplays are fun, it's something that he does with his community. He gets a lot of clips from it. It's something that he's become pretty mainstream for, to be honest with you. So if somebody's ruining it, doesn't matter who you are, you have every right. It doesn't matter if they're paying. You have every right to boot them out. It's like going to some, like, I don't know, country club that you have to pay a membership to. And that doesn't mean you can just go and misbehave. It doesn't mean you can just go and kick a table over, you know? That's kind of, like, there's nothing wrong with people. Like, that's where I've always disagreed with the people kind of making fun of Nick830. Like, wow, bro, really banned this guy. He's probably like 6 years old. How old is Nick830? He's pushing 30. Like, he can ban somebody if they're misbehaving.
Bro, you think you're the king? I'm the king. Oh, wait! Guys! face.
Like, it's a lot of setting up to do, and it's probably very, very time consuming. It's understandable for him to be frustrated with this.
You're getting banned. That's it, okay?
It felt like Nick was just trying to squeeze as many little $2 donations out of me, repeating things like, if you tell me what challenge. But the fact is...
But the problem is, there's no chance that he was doing that. There's no way. You're $2, and I'm not saying this from, like, a point of privilege or anything, because $2 would mean a lot to me. I mean, like, let's be real. Like, $2 isn't a lot to me, but the fact that, like, anytime I've ever gotten super chatted $2, like, it means a lot to me in the sense where it's like, wow, you're giving me your hard-earned money, like, $2, like, that's a lot for a lot of people, right? Every little bit adds up, of course. I just don't want to come off insensitive when saying that. But the problem is, Nick830 has reached a point where that $2 means nothing to him. You gotta know that, Arch. You're trying to make him look a little bit bad in that sense. Like, and should he appreciate the money? Yeah, he should. But when you get to a certain point being famous, it means nothing to you. And by the way, we will never have that issue. I will always, always, always appreciate you giving me any hard-earned money. When we become the biggest Fortnite channel of all time, mark my words, you'll never see anything like that from me.
I said the challenge I would have liked him to say in every donation after the first, and he either ignored it or got annoyed. I also do understand I'm a content creator, and I should come up with my own challenges, blah, blah, blah. But I did specify in the donation, it doesn't need to be anything that hasn't been done before. It could be a one chest challenge or a shotgun only challenge, but he ignored those parts of the messages. He also said he would be happy to do it if I gave him the challenge, which I did.
Yeah, if Nick didn't say that, then he wouldn't be in the wrong in this case. But because he said that I will do this for you, then now he's donating more money for you to say that. That's wrong on Nick to do. Whether or not he forgets, because I know that there's a lot probably going around with this chat. Like, he probably has a lot to pay attention to at the same time. A lot of chats, a lot of super chats. If you say that to somebody, it's your responsibility to remember.
If you have a challenge, you let me know. I will gladly say it so you can use it for your video, if that's what you'd like.
There you go.
So I don't know why he was acting like a man-child about this. I mean, this man is 29 years old and is having some sort of tantrum because I donated to him.
And again, like, this is where I don't have a problem with what Arcch is doing, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like it when people use that, because I get that as well, man. Like, you're allowed to be annoyed by people, but in this particular scenario, Nick shouldn't be annoyed with this person. Nick shouldn't be annoyed with him at all. But I mean, like, the people always talk about the fact that he's 29 years old, he's pushing 30, and people are not even talking about pushing 40 now, just to, like, dismiss anything that he does. I think that's wrong to do as well.
Not to mention, I'm 19 years old, but as far as he knows, I could be anywhere from 5 to 10, as his demographic is mainly little kids.
And this is where Arcch is just flat out starting to insult him a little bit, and this is where Arcch is losing it a tad. But luckily, Nick830 crashes out, so it makes Arcch the good guy no matter what.
Respect for Nick830, but for all of you who watch him, do you really want to support someone who's this ungrateful?
You can't keep talking about, like, I respect Nick830, I like Nick830, when you're, like, talking about his age, and I don't remember if he said it, I already watched a video, but he's going to talk about, like, your audience is primarily kids. You know he's saying that as a dig, so well, again, it's important to note that I agree with Arcch in this entire situation. I think Nick830 was in the wrong, because he said that he would do something, and it's that simple. He said he would do something. By the way, I know I just cut myself off mid-thought here. By the way, why is everybody having this same energy to Nick830? You know, hey, Nick said that he would do something, and he's not fulfilling his word. Reminds you of any conversation? Exclusivity and battle passes? Maybe? Does that remind you of any conversation? I'm just wondering, guys. Maybe our logic's not so consistent. At least mine is. I'll sit here and say my logic is consistent in that case.
As far as he knows, I could have been a kid using my Christmas money asking for something so simple, but he ended up just being rude and honestly acting like a spoiled child. I know this video probably won't do that well, but after this happened, I felt like I had to show people the experience of donating to Nick830, as a lot of people know who he is from the memes, but don't actually watch his streams, as they're primarily targeted towards children.
But the problem with that is, I personally don't know what Nick830 streams are like, but I can guarantee you they're not just constantly filled with him being annoyed by people. And as I said, again, it's important to note that I do not believe that Nick830 has any right to be annoyed with Arcch. I'm just saying, like, he probably has a lot of really, really great moments in his stream, and this is where I didn't like what Arcch was taking away with the video. He's really trying to make Nick830 look bad in this case, which he could have left the initial point, and it would have been effective.
And Nick, if you do happen to see this and there is some sort of explanation, I would be happy to hear it, as your perspective does matter as well. Even just leave a comment and I'll pin it to let people come up with their own judgment of the situation. With that being said, thank you for watching.
And that's very nice of him to hear. And again, like, that video ended up doing very, very well, but don't leave yet, because there is a ton more to react to when it comes to this, because there was another video over here. Nick830 is a liar. And you guys will have to excuse my recommended here. I've been watching stuff with my baby. Got Timothy Goes to School over here. We've got, okay, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's my own thing, but the baby fruit dancing, she's getting to the point where she's starting to watch stuff now, so my recommended's being all messed up, and I just don't want to watch ads, so I have YouTube Premium. So that's what we're rolling with. Anyways, Nick830 is a liar was the next video that he uploaded. This is another thing that I ended up watching as well, but we're going to get into it. Sorry, I just had the wrong OBS scene set up. Let's continue on to what Arcch had to say about this.
Alright, so if you didn't know already, I made a video exposing Nick830 for his weird behavior with his viewers, and he actually responded on stream earlier. I was out with my girlfriend, and then I got a bunch of notifications saying, Nick830 said your name, Nick830
Nick crashing out on you. It's true. And you guys, like, man, Nick did not look so good in this. And I know this is a half hour long. I highly doubt that we're going to react to the whole thing because we're just going to react to, and I know you're getting into like, it's a reaction to the reaction to the reaction, but this is, all the clips are compiled nicely. I'm not going to separate them and just do what I typically do with Fortnite over here when I can just react to it and give my commentary, which I appreciate you guys enjoying, by the way. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much, guys. Let's continue on with the video.
responded. So I went to have a look, and everything he said was just lies and just really weird, to be honest. So what we're going to do is take a look at that video. I'm going to debunk everything he said. Let's get into it. It was on this live stream here. You can go watch it for yourself if you don't believe me, but yeah.
That guy at the donation.
So he's talking about me.
Like, bro's demanding challenges.
And again, I listened to this at work. Arcch, why he over his face?
I wasn't demanding challenges. I asked him politely if I could get a challenge, and he literally said if I give him the challenge, he would say it.
He's completely accurate in saying that. Completely accurate. There was nothing wrong with what he did, and Nick830 at the time was okay with what he did as well.
My video. So I don't know where that came from. I wasn't demanding anything. I was being nothing but polite. And if he didn't want to give me one, he could have just said, nah, I'm sorry.
Now, the only thing that I will, and he's right, like, if you didn't want to give one, you could just flat out say no. Like, that's okay, too, and it wouldn't be wrong to say no in that case, even if he donated, because people ask streamers all the time to do stuff, and they say no. The point of the donation isn't, like, it doesn't give you, actually, Nick compares it to something a little bit down the road, and we'll talk about that. But what I was going to say, though, is he said that he was nothing but polite the entire time. That's true when it comes to the donations, but it seems like that Nick830 did check out his video, and in that video, that's where he was being a little bit more of a D-bag. But I guess, like, it's kind of understandable, you know? That's a problem. That's a problem. He was digging at Nick830, so it's understandable for Nick830 to be upset, but how understandable is it on Nick830's side? Because Nick830 started this BS, you know?
Sorry, man, I don't do that sort of stuff. But he literally said he would. So it's just weird behavior. I don't understand it. So he's talking about me here.
Look at this. Look at this. I guess I'm gonna say about this.
Uh-oh.
All right. You guys want to know why people do these videos?
Oh, yeah, so Nick830 absolutely did see it. He 100% did see it because, not like watched it, but he knows like what Arcch was saying. He's probably seen clips.
Tell me.
Show you right now.
And I don't think I've ever done a reaction to a reaction.
Look, I'm going to show you all
Come on,
you
Nick.
need to know
Bring it up.
about how scummy people are, okay?
I'm scummy. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, but the problem is, first of all, it's understandable for Nick to be upset about that thumbnail. That video got well over 100,000 views at the time of recording this video, and it's his face with Fort Scammer. We all know what that thumbnail looks like now. It's typically when somebody has done something very, very wrong. So, Arcch, while I agree with you, you're not innocent.
3K views, 3K views, 2.8K views, 2.3K views, 106,000 views.
Yeah, no, that video, I did not expect it to do that well. And I think
I mean, that doesn't really change anything that you said, though.
the reason it did so well is because people do have issues with Nick. They find his behavior on stream really weird.
That's a very, very small part of it. The reason that it did well is because of the way that thumbnail is structured and the title. Nick830 scams his viewers and Fort Scammer.
It's not just the donation thing, it's a bunch of other things. His interactions with his viewers are just strange. The way he treats his viewers, the way he acts is just not normal.
But that is your opinion on him, Arcch. That's the problem. You taking one case that Nick830 has had a bad interaction or a bad moment. And I'm not excusing what Nick830 did. I think that Nick should honor his word. And what he did was wrong, and why he's crashing out and calling you a dirtbag, that is completely overblown. But you gotta understand why he's frustrated at this point.
And I think that's why a lot of people watched the video and actually responded very well to it. I think by saying I've only done this for views is just a lie. I'm very happy with my life. I don't care about the views. I've been editing since I don't even know when. I just like making videos. And
okay, but let's be honest here, though. Well, that's awesome, and I'm happy for him. Would you continue making YouTube videos if every single video got 0 views? The reality is, everybody on this platform cares about views. If you didn't care about the views, you would make them and you would keep them for yourself. It's like when you, it's like whenever you have a conversation with a girl and they're like, "I'm posting this for me. I'm posting this picture for me." No, it would be in your camera roll if that was the case. It's the same kind of argument for YouTubers.
And when the situation happened, I felt I had to make a video to warn parents who let their kids donate to this guy and how their kids could be treated. Because
now, to be honest with you, like, again, it's important to note, because I am dogging on Arcch a little bit for this. It's very, very important to note that I think he's right in this case, okay? I agree with him. Nick830 Nick830 shouldn't find himself in this situation, but I don't really think that I find it difficult to believe that he's making the video just to warn parents about Nick830's behavior. It seemed like he was upset and made a video about him and saw some potential for views. Hey, you know what? Nick830 did something wrong. If you want to make a video, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta understand what I'm talking about over here.
The way he reacted was so strange, and I was being nothing but polite, so I can't imagine what he would say to a kid asking the same question who wouldn't be able to write in a professional manner like I did. So
yeah, and there we do see Nick830 talk to people like that a little bit here and there, but again, it's important to note that's like probably only a very, very tiny portion of his stream. It's like Nick830 doesn't go around just scamming kids.
So let's keep watching.
On this video right here, you see that? And that's, I can guarantee you, bro donated like $10. I can guarantee you he made 100 times that amount with it.
I didn't make any money off the video. I made 0. I'm not monetized on YouTube.
Now, here's the problem with that, okay? Nick, okay, it's fair. I don't know about fair. It's understandable for Nick to assume that, because look at the amount of views that it got, and Arcch is likely monetized at this point, or if not, he's eligible for monetization, okay? If this were to happen to most people in the case, yes, they'd be profiting from it. So it's understandable for Nick to assume that, but he's wrong, and I think that Nick probably should have looked a little bit into it, man.
So that's a lie. I didn't do it for the money. I make no money from this. I actually am down $15 from when I made this video because I donated to him, made the video, and I don't get revenue from YouTube. Simple as that.
It's a good investment, though, to be honest.
Video right here. Bro's going on like it's about the money. Bro was just a rude, toxic, hateful individual,
See,
bro.
this is... Where did he get that from? He's got to watch... Oh, he did watch a video. I see. It's on his screen. Oh, that was the question I had. Again, when I watched this earlier, I was listening to it. I didn't actually watch it. So Nick did watch it. I get why Nick is upset with this guy now, because again, it wasn't like the wholesome just parents look out type video. It was dogging on Nick830. But again, he's understandable. It's understandable for him to be upset. He donated $15 for you because you said you would do something. $15 is a lot of money to a lot of people. And regardless, nobody just wants to toss away $15 to somebody who's going to yell at them. Like, Nick is wrong in this case.
Bro, like, he was so passive-aggressive in his comment.
I'm not a rude, toxic, hateful individual like Nick is saying I am. He doesn't know anything about me.
I believe that as well. Like, Nick has really no grounds to say that about his donation. He even used the word donation.
Really only watch that video of mine and come to that judgment. But if you watch that video, I'm very polite and I just lay out the facts. I'm not really being aggressive towards Nick in any sense. I'm just saying, look, his behavior.
I disagree with that one. Towards the end of that video, he was throwing some digs in there.
Behavior is weird, and I don't want kids to be donating to someone like this because they may look up to him as an idol and then he's going to treat them like that. I just thought it was really weird, so I made a video on it. Also, my messages weren't passive aggressive. I just realized he said that. The messages were so polite, so I don't know how he expects you to donate to him.
Excuse me, Mr. Nick830. Hi, my name is Kyle here. Can you please, if you have a moment, Nick830, could you please, by any chance, it's okay if not, but Nick830, I would really, really like it and really appreciate it if you were to give me maybe a challenge, Nick830. Could you give me a challenge, please? Please, you're so great, Nick830. Like, he's correct in saying that one.
I mean, I guess I could have donated. You're the best ever person in the world. Can I get a challenge? But I was nothing but polite. I was like...
It reminds me of that SpongeBob episode with, like, Squidward laying down and it's like, one watermelon straight from the manure field, your spookiness.
Hey Nick, I'm a big fan. Could I get a challenge? He agreed to give me a challenge as long as I told him what challenge, and then he flat out ignored the donation. So, and then he went on to have a go at me. So I don't know what that is all about, but yeah.
Never respond to you, and I will never unblock you. I hope you know that.
You are responding to me. I hope you're aware of that.
Yeah, Nick, Nick, Nick. That's a response.
Addressing this on stream, you are literally responding to my video. You're talking about my video and you're not really giving your perspective of the situation. You're just kind of hating and getting all aggressive and angry. So I don't know what that is about, Mr. Positivity himself.
Ooh,
let's carry on.
Ooh, but this is the problem. This is what I was talking about, the dig. Sorry, guys, got a little of a jump cut here. I just recorded like 5 to 10 minutes more worth of content there and my power went out. So here we are. We're back. Gonna record that again.
Are literally responding to my video. You're talking about my video and you're not really giving your perspective of the situation. You're just kind of hating and getting all aggressive and angry. So I don't know what that is about, Mr.
Oh, there you go.
Positivity himself.
Oh, and I think that's what I left off on, right? That's what I left off on because I'm talking about this being a dig for him. But it's understandable for Nick to be upset with this guy and wonder about his motives when this is the thumbnail.
But let's carry on.
Because you are just a rude, spiteful individual. And not only that, you weren't looking for content from me, bro. You were looking at me.
I was looking for content, so I wasn't looking for video ideas. I didn't want Nick. I think a lot of people misunderstood. And
For context on this, I 100% believe Arcch on this. I totally believe him.
He understood what I meant. I wasn't looking for video ideas. I was working on a video where I get challenges off of big Fortnite streamers. So I donate and say, could you give me a challenge? And then it's so easy to come up with a challenge. I think anyone watching this video could think of a Fortnite challenge and say it in 2 seconds. So.
And that's what I don't get about Nick. He even went off on that whole thing where it's like, well, it's not my responsibility as the content creator to do this, and that. You have to do the work for yourself. Like, I mean, like, yeah, that's true. But why not just say, catch a goldfish or, catch a flopper, you know? I don't get it. What's the big deal? Why did he make this such a big thing?
So I was just going to do that and then do the challenges for a video. I've got it in my notes with the dates of when I came up with the idea. I wasn't trying to look for some sort of beef or negativity in any sort. I just thought Nick was a nice guy and he'd give me a challenge because he likes helping out small creators. So
I believe him, and that's a fair assumption for Arcch.
Yeah.
Make something like this. I could tell with your donations and the way that you were antagonizing me with that.
I wasn't antagonizing you with my donations whatsoever. I was being nothing but polite. If anything, I probably came across like my donations didn't antagonize him whatsoever. I was being polite and I just came across as a fan.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what he donated. Absolutely nothing wrong. And especially the further donations after Nick said, I will tell you a challenge.
That was literally it. So, yeah. And as far as he knows, I could have been a kid. His audience is mainly kids, and kids start YouTube channels. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, you have to be 13 to start a YouTube channel. We know everyone on YouTube lies about their age when it comes to creating their channels. He knows I could have fully well been a kid asking for a Fortnite challenge to make my silly little YouTube video that would get 10 views. So,
yeah, and this is why I don't understand why Nick was so, like, was making such a big deal about it. Just say the challenge. And like, I truthfully don't understand.
I found it just really weird the way he responded.
Okay? And I think the views speak for themselves. Oh, look at this. You not a single video over 10K views here, and then you do a video on me over 100,000 views.
I don't upload on YouTube much. You can see
8 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 7. Oh yeah, he's right.
See here, 11 months ago, I uploaded about 5 videos. Then 3 months later, I made a video, and now 7 months later,
Wait, well, what was all that then? Talking about like I'm making videos, like All right, now I'm confused. He's talking about I would do it anyways. I like making videos, I guess, inconsistently, but it kind of goes against the point in my opinion.
Started uploading again. I do it for fun. I don't do it for the views. I don't do it for anything like that. I like making videos. I like making thumbnails because everyone in my family, we can watch them together and just like have a laugh or whatever.
I don't know if I believe that one. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not saying that this guy's a liar or anything. It's just that one's a little difficult to believe. You make YouTube videos and your whole family sits around and watches. You say you uploaded I Played Chapter 2 Season 2 in 2024. A little far-fetched, but possible.
I don't do YouTube for the views. I do it because it's something I've enjoyed for my whole life. I've been doing it since, what, like 2016? I was making Agario videos, so...
Okay, but then again, then they would be on your computer and not on a YouTube platform. Either that, or if you want to get into the memory argument where it's like, oh, well, they're preserved on YouTube, we'll leave them unlisted. Everybody uploads because they care about views. That's accurate.
He doesn't know anything about me as a person, and he's just kind of saying things to trick his audience into thinking I'm this evil person who's doing everything for views and money. When that is...
Yeah, I do feel bad for him in that sense because Nick 830 is very, very influential. Like, and I'm not saying this is a dig. He has a largely kid audience, and a lot of kids and NPCs of the world will just automatically look at Arcch now and say that this guy's evil, toxic, hateful, all of these things.
Not the case.
you clout chaser, and you made way more than $10. So go show that.
Clout chaser? I'm not a clout chaser. I barely even upload on YouTube. I don't care about the views. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but I don't care. I don't even...
I don't know. Again, like that's impossible. That one's impossible. Arcch should have stayed, and the problem is, like, Arcch has never been in this situation, right? So I think he's doing a little too much in trying to be the good guy here and trying to be the victim. He could have just let Nick say whatever he said, and then Nick would have been completely in the wrong. I think he's going a little bit too overboard with that. But again, it's important to note that Arcch is right in this situation.
I don't even have an Instagram link to my account or a Twitter or anything like that. I didn't promote my supporter creator code in that video or my last 3 videos. I don't care about the money that comes from doing YouTube. And
that video was for clout. It's not to protect any kids. Like, you gotta look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail.
May I just say again, I'm not monetized. None of these videos on screen made money, especially...
He 99% got into the YouTube partner program after that, though, and now he's making money. So he kind of did make money from that video.
In the Nick 30 one, it made no money whatsoever. Some of my videos even use copyrighted songs, so even if I was monetized, I wouldn't make money. So he's just trying to make it seem like I'm this guy who's greedy, trying to get views and money, but that's not...
But again, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not agreeing with Nick 30 in the sense where he's hateful and he's greedy and all of these things. And all I was saying is, yeah, you do care about the views, and the video was for clout.
Not my character whatsoever. I'm actually really happy with my life. I've got a beautiful girlfriend, a car, a roof over my head, a nice computer. I've got everything I need.
That's very nice.
No, I wasn't clout chasing or anything like that.
But I mean, like, you can still clout chase with those things, though. Like, that's the problem with this man. I think that Arcch is being a little bit dishonest in this sense. The likelihood of Arcch uploading these videos just for the heck of it, just for fun, and to protect kids are below 1%.
That's your community. Go show your ad revenue on that.
Oh, what? You want me to show my ad revenue? Okay, I will show you guys the video analytics to prove that I made no money. As you can see, there is no revenue here because I'm not monetized. It's literally
and he's not monetized at the time recording his video. Oh, okay. Well, what I said still stands, though, because he is more than likely going to get into the partner program after this, and that means he did make money because of the video.
I couldn't care less, to be honest. I'm glad it did as well as it did because people can see what Nick is actually really like. A lot of kids donate.
And look, like the watch time hours there, that's more than enough in one video for the requirements for YouTube monetization.
And they don't have a platform to share their experiences on. Not to mention, when I did upload the video, there has been quite a few children, obviously children, in the comments saying, I've donated to Nick and he did this and he ignored this and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, these kids can't make a YouTube video like I did and showcase their experiences. I just think it's very distasteful, that's all. I've also had people in the comments saying, I commented in Nick's chat just asking for an opinion on the video I made, and they got banned from the chat for simply just asking a question, and he has his chat on members only mode, so these people have paid money to be able to chat, and then he's...
But again, it's okay for Nick to ban who he wants. It's just what he should have said, and I hope that he said this, because if he didn't say this, then he'd be a little bit of a DICK for it. He should say, I'm not going to tolerate, and while I do think that he should acknowledge the Arcch stuff, I'm not going to tolerate any conversation about Arcch. If you guys talk about that, you're getting banned. If he bans people after that, that's totally okay. But if people just come in, pay to talk to Nick 30 and the members only, and then just ask him about it, then get banned, then Nick 30 is really, really in the wrong for that.
Just straight up banning them if they mention anything he doesn't like. So it's a lot of censorship that I see going on here. But yeah, let's carry on.
Little scummy person, bro. Such a scumbag.
Just still going.
Whoa!
Make me look bad because the guy's being...
I'm not trying to make you look bad. If anything, I told all the people that saw that video, don't go send hate to Nick. Wait for his perspective of the situation.
He did say that, but I mean, like, with the way that he phrased that video, with the thumbnail, with the things that he said in that video, it was a little bit hate. The problem is it got hateful. It got hateful. It's fine to, like, post just the clip and say that he's wrong, why'd he do this, but the problem is it ended up getting hateful.
Because it could simply just be a misunderstanding, but it came off as very weird. If you go on my channel, if you go on the comments of the video, or simply just go on my channel, you can say, I put a post up here saying, I just want to come on here and say my recent video isn't for money or views. This is before he said this. Me and my girlfriend just thought Nick was really rude and it felt very shady, therefore I wanted to make a video on it. I never expected it to do as well as it did. Yes, there are some issues with the video that I could have articulated my points better, but the point still stands. So yeah, I could have articulated my points better.
I thought he articulated his points fine, unless he didn't want to be like, throw those digs in there, if that's what he's talking about.
There are a few things that people got confused about in the video. A lot of the comments from people who didn't agree with the video were basically saying, Nick doesn't have to come up with ideas for you, but that wasn't what it was. I simply wanted Nick to tell me a challenge, and
he agreed to that. Nick agreed to that. So there's no rebutting that.
Agreed to do that, and then he just didn't do it after I donated more and more. So that was what really happened. I wasn't trying to get ideas off of him. And
it's understandable for Arcch to be upset about that.
Also want to clarify, I do not want to take Nick down or see the fall of Nick A30. Yeah, no, I don't agree with like hating on people, going to their streams and leaving nasty messages and things like that.
I also believe he's being genuine in saying that. I believe him. Like, he just made a video on a situation that happened, and but the thing is, he was trying to get views from it.
It was more of a discussion, and I just thought I want to put this out here so people can see what he can actually be like, because I just found it really weird. Like, and I think a lot of you who watched it found it really weird the way he just couldn't just say a challenge in it would take about 5 seconds, but instead,
yeah, weird's a good way to put it. 5 seconds, if that. If that.
Said he went on like a 30-second rant about me just donating. So,
yeah, it took more time for Nick to rant about it and give him a lecture about his YouTube channel, which honestly wasn't helpful, than to actually just say a challenge.
I do enjoy his content, and I hope there is some reason for why he acted like this towards me. I do enjoy Nick's content. I don't watch a lot of Nick A30, I never have, but I watched videos that he's been in, and I've always known who he is. I've always known who Nick is. I knew him from when Ninja eliminated him in Season 3 of Fortnite. So
yeah, everybody knows who Nick A30 is.
And I've gone through phases of watching some of his videos, so I also want to clarify, I'm just a 19-year-old who enjoys making Fortnite videos. I don't enjoy drama or anything like that, so I hope this can all just be settled in a peaceful and easy way. Yeah.
Now, this is the part where, like, Arcch is doing a little bit too much, okay? Trying to be the victim a little bit too much here. I also want to clarify, I'm just a 19-year-old who enjoys making Fortnite videos. I'm 19 years old, Nick is 30. Why is Nick picking on me? He's so old. That's kind of the gist of it, right? And I just enjoy making videos. I didn't mean to make anything bad about Nick A30, even though I made a thumbnail with him saying scammer on it. That's where he's going too far with this.
I just wanted it to be sorted out. I thought Nick could just comment, oh, well, yeah, this was a misunderstanding. I'm sorry that it came off like that or whatever, and I'll do better next time or something. But now he's responded getting really angry and just being flat out rude for no reason. I've been respectful.
Yeah, I agree. He's flat out rude for no reason.
To him. I'd say so myself, at least. I also know what Nick did is not the worst thing in the world, but to me it was still really scummy. He doesn't deserve any hate, though. Yeah, no, he doesn't deserve hate. They should look at his streams and go, is something going on here or not? You know, why?
Yeah, no, he doesn't deserve any hate from it. It's just wrong what he did, and it's the thing, like I talked about at the beginning of the video, it's understandable for Nick to... It's understandable, but not right. It's understandable for Nick to maybe have that donation slip his mind, you know? And I forgot that I said that I agreed to that. It's just weird. It's a weird response, but it's understandable because he has a ton of things going on. I don't believe he deserves any hate for that.
Why is he treating his viewers like that when they donate money to him? And yeah, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it just came off as really scammy. Like, you're telling someone you'll do something for them, and the only way for them to tell you what challenge they want you to say is to donate more, and then you just don't do it and ignore it. So
I would agree with this if this wasn't somebody the size of Nick A30, because again, your $15 total means nothing to him.
So yeah, thanks for all the support, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. So yeah, I'm just trying to understand everyone's perspective of this, and everyone seems to be on the same side that I am, that it is just really weird the way he acted, and he made such a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, one thing that we can all agree on is he's weird and made a big deal out of nothing, just as Arcch said. I believe that's what everybody's conclusion of this should be, to be honest. But I also don't think it stops there, man.
So let's carry on.
Little scummy person, bro. Such a scumbag.
And this is also what I don't get about Nick. Why does he get so hung up on this type of stuff, man? Like, come on, man.
Try to make me look bad because the guy's being rude, asking for donations, and like, or not asking for donations. He's being rude, asking for a challenge for his video, and I'm like, bro, I owe you nothing, man.
It's true. He doesn't owe you anything, but in this particular situation, he does. I should have said that, like, typically, you wouldn't owe him anything. But in this situation, you quite literally owe him something.
You don't owe me anything, right? But when I donate and I ask you for a challenge, and then you say, yeah, no, tell me what challenge, and I'll say it for your video if that's what you want, and then I donate more, then you do kind of owe me you saying the challenge.
Not kind of. He does. He does owe it to you.
You can't just ignore it because you decided you don't want to do it and not say anything.
Yeah.
You don't need to be so weird about it, is all I'm saying.
And if you want to donate, I will more than happily give you a challenge if you have an idea, okay? And
I gave you an idea.
So why didn't you do it, Nick? Why did you not do it?
I gave you 2 ideas, shotgun only and 1 chest challenge. I said it on like 3 of the donations, so I don't know what you're on about.
I might have missed it. I might have missed it in his second donation.
You didn't miss my second donation, and that's where a lot of people went wrong as well. He did ignore the second donation.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, and he's going to show the clip, he just looked at it and said, thank you, Arcch, or something like that,
So if
right?
you go on my video, when he like got really angry at me, he acknowledged there were 3 donations, and he replied to all of them. So he's just lying. You can go through that stream yourself. He didn't read the second donation, but he did know about it. He just decided not to read it.
Let's see.
I said that already 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't get it, Nick, man. I don't get it. Oh, I see. I didn't promote my code there. I'm just messing around. Honestly, I'm being completely honest. I'm just messing around. I just noticed that.
You didn't. So yeah.
But then for him to be all rude, and you know what I mean? Oh my God, it just triggers me so much. It's just,
But this is what I don't understand about Nick either. Is how could you not see why Arcch is upset? You didn't acknowledge it, and he like, is he doing some mental gymnastics in convincing himself that he actually did say that? That's what I don't get.
If it's like this guy's given to like a person on the street and he's like, dance for me. Because I'm giving you money, I'm entitled for you to dance for me.
He's right. Nick is right. And that would be the case for any donation ever. But the problem is, this specific one, the scenario is, hey, Nick, if I donate, can you dance for me? Yes, Arcch, I will dance for you. Just tell me what dance you would like to see. That's what happened. It's not just like he just threw a coin at you and said, dance for me.
Dance for me.
It's not like that whatsoever. I donated, I asked politely. If you said no, I would have just left it. I'm not entitled just because I donated money for you to do anything for me. But
That's completely accurate.
you agreed to do something for me, and then you just ignored it. And my main point was like, imagine a kid, because you've got a mainly child audience, donating, and then you agreeing to do something for them, and then you just ignoring them. They've now spent what is $15, a lot of money to a kid, for you just to give them a lecture and have a go at them. So yeah. I also wasn't rude in the donations, and you have Streamlabs, you can see the donations. I can't see previous donations. You could have just brought them up on stream.
And if it's on YouTube, I don't remember where he donated from, but it's on YouTube. You can scroll through all your super chats, and if it's accurate that he said there wasn't a lot going on the stream that day, then Nick would be able to go back and look.
You know that would ruin your point, because I was nothing but polite to you.
E-bag, bro.
I don't know if I just jumped there, but that notification scared me.
I don't know you nothing, and I'm not asking you to donate, and I'm not asking you for a challenge idea. You're the one asking me, bro.
Nick, I don't know what else I could say about this. Nick, you're wrong.
I wasn't asking you for a challenge idea, and you knew that as well. You knew that I just wanted you to say a challenge for me so I could use it in a video, and you knew it could be anything, and you asked me to give you a challenge to say, and I gave you a challenge to say, and you decided not to do it.
And it's that black and white, and he's 100% correct about that, and this is why I was wondering when I first watched the video. This is why I was wondering, like, is he leaving out some stuff where he was rude? That's why I had that skepticism right when I first watched this, but the problem is I'm not going to go look through the stream. I'm not accusing him of doing that. It's just Nick's being that nuts that it made me have that reaction.
So it wasn't rude in the donations. I don't know how many times I have to say that. You can drag them on screen.
Like, what a scumbag, bro. Asking you to donate, and
also, you have a mainly child audience. I've said that multiple times now. I feel like a broken record. But when you put a donation link in the bio of your stream, you're not asking people to donate, but you're kind of saying, yeah, look, my donations are here if you want to donate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You're not asking for them, yeah, but you are kind of putting them out there. You know, they pop up in your chat. Oh, if you'd like to donate.
I don't know. I disagree. He's not asking anybody to donate unless he's literally sitting there, donate for this, donate for that, please donate.
This link or whatever. So you wouldn't have set up a donation link if you didn't want donations, right?
For a challenge idea, you're the one asking me, bro. Like, what a scumbag, bro. He's just making it seem like...
And this is what I don't understand about Nick, too. He just goes on and on and on and on and on and on about it.
I scam my viewers because he's the one donating to me asking for a challenge, bro. Of course I'm going to block him because he's a douchebag.
Did Nick just swear?
In the donations whatsoever. I was nothing but polite to you. You ignored my donations after saying you'd do it, and you're just lying to your viewers. And I feel like you've done this on stream so your viewers don't look at you differently. They just assume I'm this money-hungry, clout-hungry douchebag. But
yeah, I wonder. This is where I truly don't understand, because I wonder if Nick is doing what Arcch is saying there and just he doesn't want to look bad, or if he legitimately thinks that he said it 3 times. I don't know which he actually believes. Like, that's how crazy this is.
No, and your use of language here is just really like strange for someone who's so positive. You know, I thought someone like Nick30 would reply in a more professional manner.
Like, what an idiot. Nothing gets me more mad than that.
I still like that Nick just goes, what a douchebag, and then what an idiot. Like, like one very hard one, then one very soft insult.
Like, these guys just use my name, slander me. They have ads on their video, and bro probably...
There is no ads on my video, and you know that because you clicked on it. There's no adverts on that video whatsoever.
To be fair, again, it was understandable, but incorrect for Nick to assume that. Someone like Nick probably has YouTube Premium, so he might not even ran into ads. Maybe he has an ad blocker. You can't really say that point.
Because guess what? I'm not monetized, so...
Probably made like $2,000, $3,000,
What?
$5,000.
Right, first of all, I'm not monetized, so I made no money off of it. Second of all, I don't think 100,000 views would get you, what, $5,000? That's absurd.
One day I'll know how much I can make from that. One day.
On that video, and bro's going on about $10 like he cares. Bro, you're literally just using my name.
I do care about $10 because I'm not as fortunate as you, Nick. A lot of your viewers aren't as fortunate as you. You've got a Ferrari or whatever car you've got. $10 is a lot to some people. It's not too much to me, but still, to your child audience, $10, $15 is probably a lot of money.
I think that would be the case for most people. If I donated to Nick saying, hey, Nick, or Nick said, hey, can you do this to me? And then I ended up spending $10, $15 and then he didn't do it. I'd be like, what the hell, dude? That's my $15. Like, I would care about that. There's nothing wrong with caring about that.
As a kid.
And of course that video gets views.
Well, the reason the video got views is because a lot of people agree. The like to dislike ratio is actually really good on it. A lot of people actually agree with my points, and you know, to just
yeah, and that's true too. But I will still argue to this point though. The thumbnail was phenomenal. The title was phenomenal. That worked in combination with the points that you made in that video.
pass it off as like I'm using your name, I'm slandering you. It's just lies because all I've done is show evidence on the screen of what you did. And people are resonating with it. People actually agree with it. And you can't just pass off what? It's got 9,000 likes. You can't just pass off 9,000 people's view on the situation because you don't agree.
Man, I hate that.
Let me guess, he's still going to keep going.
Like, yeah, ever since he got his icon skin, Nick changed. No, bro, I'm just being honest. Okay?
No, okay. That's probably very annoying for Nick to deal with.
If anything, I'm more honest since I got my icon skin. And
Is he?
I'm just...
All right, bro, give it a rest, man. It's a skin in Fortnite. I don't know why he speaks like he's 15 years old. He's 29, but yeah.
And there we are, just throwing the same dig at him
telling
again.
you the truth, and I give my valid opinion on people, and I don't hold back.
Your opinion is valid, man. No one said it's not. You're allowed to say what you want. No one's ever said you can't. So
I'll say it. I'll say it. Nick's opinion on this, Nick's opinion on this is invalid. It's invalid. You said that you would do something, and you didn't do it. It's whatever else comes out of your mouth is invalid. Like, do what you said you were going to do. I'll say that.
You're just kind of going on a tangent here about nothing. You do care, though. You do care because you've just gone on for about 10 minutes about my video, and then you've somehow started going off at your viewers who think you've changed a little bit because they can see it as well.
I mean, whether you have 1 million subscribers, 10 million, or 1,000, bro, I'll give my honest opinion on you. And
well, that's just a lie because Cypher PK actually did a video similar to the one that I was planning to do. All Cypher had to do was type in Nick's chat and Nick gave him a challenge, and I'll show it right now.
I mean, there's a difference
So look,
if you're friends, and I don't know like to what extent friends Cypher PK and Nick A30 are, but I can guarantee you if any one of my friends came in my chat and said give me a Fortnite challenge, I'd give them a Fortnite challenge. But also, to be honest with you, I do that for any viewer too.
Yeah, Fortnite YouTubers control my tournament, so
in the solo cash cup, and I need one challenge for my first game.
okay, okay. Cypher, because we never back down, never give up. My challenge is to do a sky base and never back down. All right.
So Cypher's got 10 million subscribers, so you can obviously just come up with a challenge on the top of your head.
But I mean, like, that doesn't mean that Arcch is owed one as well. But at the same time, it's a couple words out of your mouth, Nick. Why didn't you just say it?
It's been done before, so I don't want you to say you don't treat your viewers differently, because I'm not sure if you and Cypher are genuine friends in real life or if you're just online friends or whatever, but you know, if you could do it so easily for him, why can't you do it if someone donates? Especially
in this situation, I agree with Arcch. In this situation, I do, but like, there's also nothing wrong with treating your real friends, and I'm assuming that Cypher and Nick are real friends. They could just be content friends, which, you know, that's different. Like, I know that some people only speak to each other for content purposes, but it's totally normal to treat your actual best friends or really good friends more, or you have more respect for them and do everything that they would ask you to do, as opposed to some random person that you don't know. It's like, I guarantee you, no matter how active my chat is, like there's an example that I'm dealing with right now on my own streams, is I'm having trouble reading all of my chats. Like, I've reached a point in YouTube where it's difficult for me to keep talking, respond to all the chats. The chat just kind of flies, which I'm extremely grateful for. But I guarantee you, if like my mom came in, I would stop what I'm doing and I would answer my mom. But I mean, while I respect my viewers with all of my heart, I can't do that, and I'm not going to do that for every single person, right? I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I have all the respect in the world for all my viewers, but I would treat my mom differently if she came into my chat and said something to me. You know, I would make sure that I read what my mom said.
Especially when you tell them you will.
Oh, sorry, I just realized that I didn't do that.
Guy's a D-bag.
All he's done is call me a scumbag, a D-bag, a clout chaser. He hasn't actually provided his perspective or any reason why the video was wrong. He's just basically said he did it for views, but...
And I answered you 3 times.
You haven't actually debunked anything that was said in the video. You've just made me out to be someone I'm not, so...
Little scumbag, bro.
Oh, yeah, nice.
He just keeps going. That's what I don't get about Nick830. He's like... If I was talking about, like, I'm just using Arcch as an example. Like, Arcch, if you happen to be watching this video, I'm not talking about you actually. It's like... If I was talking about Arcch, he'll be like, oh, so, yeah, Arcch made that video. Scumbag. Dirtbag. Idiot. Like, he just waits and then he just keeps going.
Anyway, let's go do this challenge.
I thought he was about to say something else. Oh, maybe. He's still pissed about it.
I feel like if you didn't agree with what I said in the video, you kind of just laugh it off and be like, what is that about? You'd be a little bit annoyed if you thought whatever. But you've just got really, really defensive and angry as if you've just been caught out. But I don't know.
Like, listen, bro, before you guys watch that, because I know you guys are, just know, in that video, he probably made, let's say, $5,000.
Again, I get why he would think that. I get it. But unfortunately, you need to check up on those things.
Okay?
Why he's getting so protective of his chat? Like, what? Because you scammed me for $15, it's fine because I probably made $5,000 from that video. You know that video didn't make $5,000. Unless your CPM is crazy, you know I didn't make $5 grand off that video.
To be honest with you, I'm not familiar with the videos that get over 100K and how much money they make, so I can't comment on that personally. But I would guess it'd be something in that realm. But I truthfully don't know.
I made 0, actually. I'm not monetized.
Which is 10 times, 20 times more than he's made in any of his other videos by just using my name, okay?
It's actually 0 times what I've made in my other videos because I'm not monetized. I haven't made a single penny from YouTube, so...
He's going on about donating $2 and then $4 and then $2, and I appreciate that. Don't get it.
Do you appreciate it, Nick? It doesn't seem like it.
Well, you don't seem like you appreciate it, mate, because you're going $2, $4, $2. You don't really seem like that's...
And that, he just looked over at Arcch like, thank you. Thanks, Arcch.
You don't seem like you appreciate it. You seem like you just like... You sound like it was just too much of a small amount, and that's why you was rude. And then you're saying you actually appreciate it. I don't know. You just come across as so confusing.
Yeah, and honestly, Arcch has said it a million times, but weird is the perfect way to describe it. It's weird the way that Nick830 is reacting to this.
Twisted, okay? But just because you donate to someone does not mean you get to treat them like crap. Does not mean you...
I didn't treat you like crap. Get up the donations on stream. I've been nothing but nice to you in the donations, so I don't know what you're on about.
To be passive-aggressive in your...
I wasn't passive-aggressive.
Yeah, no, there was nothing wrong with the donations, Nick. We're sounding like a broken record over here.
Man. And that's surprising, because when you tell someone you'll do something for them, and then they pay more to tell you what you want them to say, and then you just ignore it...
You honor it. You absolutely honor it. If this was any, like, sort of business ever... that would be taken to court.
Most people would get annoyed, but I kept my cool and I just kept donating nicely and being nice to you. So I don't know what you're on about.
Donation does not mean I owe you anything or any stream.
Right, streamers don't owe anyone anything. If they donate, that's their choice, right? But when you say to a viewer who could be a child...
Yeah, Nick, you gave your word to somebody. And it doesn't matter. Child, adult, alien, doesn't matter. You gave your word to somebody. You said that you would say the challenge. Honor Your word.
I will do this for you, and the only way for you to tell them what challenge you want them to tell you is through donating. Then you kind of owe them that. You've told them, you know...
Not kind of. Again, not kind of. He does owe him that.
Donate more money and I'll tell you what challenge, and then you just flat out ignore it and give them a lecture. So you do kind of owe something when you make those arrangements.
Or owes you anything. You don't have to be a douchebag, bro. And I'm going to say that, and I shouldn't be saying that because that's not family friendly, but that's what that guy is. Okay?
You don't know anything about who I am, what I do, or anything. You're just coming up with a bunch of lies about my character and who I am to your audience so they don't agree with the video and they go leave dislikes and whatever.
To be honest with you, I would imagine that he's experiencing that. But then again, the pendulum swings so great that he's probably getting, like... I don't have one of those plugins, but he probably has way more likes and dislikes.
It's the same thing as going up to someone and giving a homeless person $5 and then saying, dance for me.
It's not.
That, bro, because you've got a Ferrari. You're not a homeless person. I don't
know.
No,
it's not because of that. It's because, like, Nick, you gave your word to somebody, dude.
What you're on about? You're not homeless. I don't know why you're making that weird comparison that, like, donating to you is like giving money to a homeless person. The difference is giving money to a homeless person is an act of kindness. You do it because...
Well, no, the donation's also an act of kindness, like, no matter what. Nick's right in saying that because he probably, honestly, a lot of people need to hear what Nick said. Just because you donated doesn't mean that the streamer has to do X. It doesn't mean that he even has to acknowledge what you said. This is not one of those cases. This is a special case where you gave your word to somebody and you didn't go through with it.
You want to help them out. You want to help them get off their feet and get a house and, you know, sort their life out. Donating to you is because they're just fans of you, and me donating more and more money was because you...
No, yeah, I disagree with it. I mean, like, he's right, but it's also an act of kindness. Like, either way, it doesn't matter how fortunate or unfortunate somebody is.
Told me you would do something. I asked you politely and you said, yeah, I'll do it. So I donated more to tell you what I wanted you to do, and you just didn't do it. And then you just lied about it.
Like, what kind of mentality is that, bro? They don't owe you anything. If you want to donate out of the goodness of your heart, then you do that.
Brother, you're not a charity. What are you on about?
I disagree. I'm not that I disagree that Nick's a charity, but there's nothing wrong with donating and supporting somebody even though they already have money.
Right? I get what you're saying. Streamers don't owe anything, right? But when you say you'll do something, you should do it because you're basically asking for more money. So
this is where Arcch should just stay in his lane. Getting too off topic. Nick, you said you do something. You didn't do it. Do it.
It can tell you what they want you to do and then you're just not doing it. That is kind of just scamming. Making the comparison between you and a homeless person is wild.
It's not an unfair comparison, to be honest. It's not an unfair comparison because it's completely accurate what Nick was saying in most cases.
Are you anything? And I'm not, and I'll stand on business and say the exact same thing I said, bro. I'm not coming up with your video ideas.
I didn't ask you to come up with a video idea, and you know that. In my first donation, you said, yeah, no, I'll give you a challenge as long as you tell me what challenge you want me to give you. And I gave you 2 challenges to give me, and you just didn't say them, and you just...
Yeah, but you're telling me to dance, Arcch!
Ignored the donation, so I don't know what you're on about there.
If Cypher or someone or anyone else wants to ask for a challenge, you're dang right because he's my friend, bro, and we've collaborated many times before. I don't know this guy. I don't owe him anything.
Again, I don't know how many times I have to say this. He's correct in any other donation case other than this one.
Like, you could go on and say, oh, I was a fan of him, and ever since this happened, like, go on, bro, you're not a fan. Probably never even watch my streams because you know that I don't do that kind of stuff.
You do that kind of stuff.
I can't comment on that personally. I don't watch enough of Nick's content. If I watch Nick, I watch his YouTube videos. I don't watch his streams. I don't know how much is going on there, but I can't comment on that one.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been in Cypher's YouTube video of him asking you for a challenge. And I get you two might be friends, so it does make a big difference between what you'd do for a friend and what you'd do for a viewer donating. And I was a fan of Nick30. I've known him since the OG Fortnite days. He was the edit king, and then he got killed by Ninja, and I remember them playing together.
To be fair, pretty well everybody knows that, and like the OG famous YouTuber days.
And you know, I was like 12, 13 back then, so obviously I'd be a fan of a guy like Nick30. So
oh yeah, actually, to be honest, that's a good point.
He's just making assumptions at this point with no evidence or backing, just to try and make my character seem worse.
Probably never even watch my streams because you know that I don't do that kind of stuff. It's not rocket science. Holy crap. And then he's just going to take little bits and pieces out of context.
I haven't taken anything out of context. I showed it in a chronological order of what happened. I can link the stream in the description or in the comments if someone would like to go through it.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to check right now to see if he actually did link that stream. Let me see. Hang on. Let's see. Uh-oh, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, we might have a little bit of an issue on this one. Nick830 responded to me an angry streamer after my last video. There's no link there. Hey, I'm Arcch. Yep. Unfortunate. People mentioned Nick830. Unless this is the link. Let me just click on that real quick. People mentioned one person. And, yeah, no link there. Ooh, maybe, but to be fair, maybe he just forgot. There's no link there from what I can see unless it was on the other video, but he did talk about it in this video. I forget to drop links that I say that I'm going to drop all the time, so it's important to note, like, I wouldn't dog on him or discredit him for not doing that.
And see what actually happened, because I just literally summed up the stream. I'm not going to show a whole 30-minute stream. I showed it how it happened, cut out all the blank stuff where nothing was said about my donation or anything, and I just told the story of what happened.
Yep, and it wasn't out of context at all. He was correct and assessed the situation just fine.
I didn't nitpick. I didn't do anything like that, so you're just lying.
Text and go make another video and try to get another $5,000, $10,000.
$10,000 off of 100k views. That is crazy, man. You're just trying to make me seem really bad to your viewers so they don't side with me. And I don't think anyone should pick sides here. I think we should just look at it from a different point of view and be like,
I don't think so. There's a right and a wrong. And Arcch is right. You're being too nice, Arcch. No, this is black and white. It's like my microphone filter is gray and black.
If you are a viewer of Nick830's stream, you should go, do I actually want to support someone who does stuff like this, you know?
But I also think it's important to not judge his character off this one situation, because like people have bad days, and I as far as I'm aware, something like this hasn't happened with Nick before. I know he's been rude, but if you're online and streaming every day, you're bound to be rude to somebody, and it just I wouldn't judge somebody's character over it. At least if it happens over and over again, yeah, but just one scenario, just this case, I disagree.
Am I wasting my money donating to him because he clearly doesn't care? So
And go on about this $2 donation and this $3
Hang on, first of all, how long has he been like yapping about this for? Because it feels like forever. Not Arcch, but Nick, like he's still going about it.
Oh my god.
You clearly don't seem grateful for the money you get. I think any donation a streamer gets, they should be thankful for. And when I have watched people like Cypher and other streamers get donations, they are thankful. I think it goes without saying that if someone sends you money out of the kindness of their heart, you should be thankful. But you seem to think that's a minuscule amount and it doesn't matter because it's only $2 or $3. But it added up to like $15. That's like 3 YouTube memberships.
Yeah, it's true. Like, and $15 of, like, doesn't matter how you got it. Hard work, if it was a gift, regardless. Like, $15 is $15. It's not just nothing to lose. To Nick, it's nothing to lose. But I don't even mean that to say, like, oh my god, Nick's so rich, we should hate him for it. I'm not one of those guys, but it's just, $15 is a lot, and you should honor your word because somebody gave you $15.
God, if only people knew, bro. It's like people are just...
And especially you've got a child audience, so $15, $5 here and there, that's a lot of money to a kid. And
That's a lot of money to everybody.
I think 90% of your audience is children.
just blinded by hate. They're just blinded by hate.
I'm not blinded by hate, man. I'm living a good life. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Not unfortunately. I just agree with Arcch. I agree with Arcch in that sense. I don't think he's being hateful.
You seem to be the one who's putting on like a mask every time you stream and pretending to be someone you're not. This whole family-friendly act, positivity act, is kind of crumbling when someone calls you out on your BS. I'm just saying.
Ooh, Arcch is cooking there, because it's true. Nick830 probably does put on a mask when he streams. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. It's just there's no way he behaves the way that he does.
It's crazy, It's crazy to me. It's actually crazy.
Idiot.
The hate bandwagons.
Yep, still going.
It's not a hate bandwagon. I literally just stated my story of what happened, and you are seeing it as hate, but no one's hating on you. No one's going to your streams and talking bad about you or anything like that, which is good. People are just making their own judgments on you, and, you know, if they don't like what they saw, then they're just not going to watch you or donate to you, because who would want to get treated like that?
I agree.
And, like, that day, I was really tired. Rough day. Even still, though, like, I feel like I was pretty dang respectful at the beginning of that guy.
Yeah, he was respectful at the beginning, but it's also important to note, like I said, like, it happens. People get tired. People get pissed off when they're tired. Is it right? No, but is it understandable? Yes.
And you know, if you wanna ask for a challenge idea, dude, put some effort into it. Like, Nick, I'm doing a challenge idea.
He donated to you and was very clear.
A challenge video on this, but every time I mess up, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. I'll be like, oh wow, that's an interesting idea.
I gave you 2 ideas and I literally wrote out a really nice message hoping you had a good Christmas, and I'm a big fan, and you know, I'm doing a challenge video where I do streamers challenges they give me, so stop waffling is what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It was acceptable if he were to donate and say, hey Nick, give me the challenge, but if I fail, I'm gonna jump, you know?
Like, I'm gonna help that, you know? I wanna see that content. That seems interesting. But bro, coming at me like, hey Nick, I'm doing a Fortnite challenge video, give me a challenge. Bro, that's the most...
I didn't say it like that, and he can show the donation on stream if he wants. It was very polite, and then that's why I donated a second donation saying, I want you to give me these challenges, and he just...
And again, this is why I was wondering at the beginning of the video, is there something we're not seeing? Because it's crazy to get upset about.
ignored it, so...
generic, basic, boring video idea I've ever heard in my life. Everyone's done it 20 times.
Yeah, but why are you getting mad about it? Just tell him a challenge.
Every single year. Like, come up with something original. Stop relying on someone who has a big name to come up with your content ideas, and brainstorming.
I wasn't asking you for ideas. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I was asking you to give me a challenge, and you know that because that's what you said for me to do.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's understandable for Nick to think that way. Like, I could see the way he took that by the phrase, but it's also just, it's just incorrect. Like, I know what Arcch meant.
So,
yourself. Like, plain and simple. I'm so over that because I've seen people ask, you know, so many different challenge ideas throughout all my years, and no one puts any effort into it, bro. They just want to get a free... Nick A30 gave me a challenge, or blank streamer with X viewers gave me a challenge, and it's like,
that's actually constructive criticism for YouTube because it doesn't always work like that. And I mean, at times, like depending on the title, depending on the thumbnail, it could just be easy views, but that's not how you build a channel. You need to build it from the ground up. There's no really cheat code to it.
dude, come up with better ideas. Like,
the reason you didn't give me the challenge after telling me you would is because you thought it was a bad idea. So you just let me donate more and more and then decided just to not give it to me. You're making no sense. You're just being really ungrateful.
I don't owe you I don't owe you anything.
Yes, you do. You do owe him an idea because you said you would give it to him.
I built up my channel from scratch. I didn't use anyone else's name. Stop trying to use my name. That's just how that's how I look at it.
And if Nick did not agree to give him a challenge, then he'd be completely correct in everything that he just said.
Like, I feel like you have to work hard in life if you want to accomplish something.
You don't know who I am. I do work hard in my life. I do a lot of video editing for people, and you're just kind of talking nonsense at this point because you don't know who I am as a person. You're just making assumptions because you don't like me and you don't want your viewers to resonate with my video.
And like, just stop looking for handouts. That's it.
It's not looking for handouts though. It's
I just don't know why Nick was so pissed off about it from the get-go. It's understandable for him to be pissed off after that video, so I like at this point, but this, as Arcch said, it's just weird.
Literally, I had a video idea, big streamers give me challenges, and you agreed to do it, and you didn't, and then you ignored my donations, and then acted like about it, so...
Want to make me out to be a villain, bro?
I'm not making you out to be a villain. I literally said at the end, your perspective matters, and it could just be some big misunderstanding, but it just felt really weird, and I'd like for you to, you know, just leave a comment and I'll pin it so people can actually make their own judgments.
And I hope that, I don't know, like Nick, I was going to say I hope Nick acknowledges it further, but I don't think we'd get too much progress.
Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I know it was a long one, but I didn't want to...
Oh my god, yeah, that actually flew by for me. This is man, I watched this twice today. I listened to it at work, and then I reacted it for you today, guys. But the controversy with Nick A30 doesn't end. As always, I would love to know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. But check out this video where Nick A30 got into some more controversy. I would love to have you guys over there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care.